Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I just
Hello.
What's
hey,
going on, Will?
what's going on, man?
Where you
Yeah,
calling
man.
from?
Uh, Indiana, Kokomo,
Oh,
Indiana.
okay. I ain't
Yeah,
get that. You said from where? What
Kokomo,
part?
Indiana.
Oh, okay. I never heard
Yeah,
of that before.
it's a little hour away from Indianapolis.
Oh,
Small
okay.
town. You ain't gonna hear about it.
So let's hop right into it. How many kids do you have?
I honestly got eight.
How many women?
Uh, three.
Okay,
And
so
how? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
go
I
ahead.
was going to ask how many is being alienated.
I would say definitely my twins. They was my first ones. But it's I would say all of them to a certain degree. Like I see my kids, my other I got three by the second one and the third. It's like here and there. I gotta jump through hoops just to see them. I gotta basically abide by their rules and I'm at an age where it's like I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? I realize how I played a hand in everything and how I could have prevented everything, but at the same time, that don't make everything what they doing or saying is right. You know. Uh,
Correct. So,
Will you be telling us about all three
yeah.
women today? Because if
No, I don't. I don't really want to go to that far because it's like I would rather just talk about the alienation. You know,
And which
that's.
one is that? The last one or the first one?
I mean, it's all happening. Like, yeah, it's all of them is doing it. You know what I'm saying? But the twins more so like they got somebody else that they call dad. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So I just think
wow.
how
I think I
okay, so
think
how old are the twins?
12.
So just give us a basis and rank your kids, like from ages, like how old are all the kids that you have, so we can see where they fit in. Are they the
The
oldest?
Yeah, they are the oldest. My
Okay,
youngest is
so this
two.
is the first baby mama,
Yeah.
set of twins. Tell us how that was. Were you guys in a relationship, situationship,
Situation.
Yeah,
or marriage?
yeah. We it was this was like right after I graduated high school in 2011. I came back from North Carolina. I met her, and things was up and up. Um, they was premature, so we had to drive back and forth from Kokomo to Indianapolis, which is an hour away, to go see them in the NICU. I was doing the driving when they came home. I was there with them, toting them around. I should say, not really like, but taking them to see my family, doing everything while she was at work. Um, and then when we broke up, I would I had my own place. I was
Why
doing
did
the
y'all
work.
break up?
Why did we? Or
Why did you break up, and who ended it?
I would say why? Why? Because I was young. I was messing up. I cheated, and she wouldn't. She wasn't going for it. You know what I'm saying? Which I understand. Like I said, I know where I play my hand in it.
Hmm.
Uh, so we broke up, and what was the other question? Why would we break
Yeah,
up?
I was just saying who made the decision, but did she just end it and you was
Yeah,
just okay
yeah,
with it?
yeah, yep, yep.
And what was the agreement regarding the kids? Was there agreement when the breakup happened, or how did that go?
Yeah, yep. The agreement was I would get them like it was like when it wasn't my weekend, I would get them just like 3 days out the week after school. But then if it was my weekend, I'd get them Thursday and bring them back home Sunday. And that
Okay.
ended when she started messing around with the person. I ain't gonna say that.
So,
Okay.
so how old were the kids at that time?
Hmm.
At that time, they was I would say they was at least like 8.
Okay.
Yeah, yep. I would say that was at
So,
least
so
like
you was
8 or
in the
9.
kids' life all the way up until they was 8 years old.
Yeah, strong man. Like they would go with me to
That's crazy.
everywhere. Like they all anybody that seen me when I was, they would see them. You know what I'm saying? If they wasn't with me, I was probably doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing at the time. You know what I'm saying?
So okay, so this is because the viewers, how you explained it, it seemed like y'all broke up pretty fast after they were born. So y'all stayed in a relationship strong for 8 full years until the breakup.
Nah. We just had an understanding for a couple years after we broke up that this
Okay,
was
so
my
it was a
time with.
good it was a good co-parenting situation.
It
So
was
let's
it
say
was decent.
how long was you guys together before the breakup, and then how long did y'all co-parent before she split, like moved away or whatever?
Hold on, you said how long was we
So
together before
how
the
long was
breakup?
y'all together before y'all broke up?
We was a good like 4 years, I would say, cause
Okay, and then y'all co-parented for how many years after the breakup?
another 3 or 4.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And then
Yeah,
that's when she started dating somebody. So you're saying once she started dating this guy that it all changed, and this is when the alienation started.
right.
Okay, so get us there. She starts dating, and how does that go?
I just now all of a sudden that I didn't do anything. She put me on child support. I was a piss poor father. She called me a deadbeat and all that. So
So what was the main thing that you noticed that was starting to change when a new guy came in the picture? Was it phone
honestly,
calls or
honestly, nothing. She always been how she was. I didn't know. I didn't really care. Like I'm saying, as far as another dude or what she was doing, but as far as her attitude and how she talked to me, that never changed. From when she
But you
always,
said that y'all had a good co-parenting dynamic. So like when you was coming to get the kids after this dude been in the picture, she just stopped giving them to you, or like what happened? Because if y'all
yeah.
was cool for a couple of years after breaking up,
I
it was
wouldn't.
cool.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say like I say it was decent. Like how she was talking, it wasn't never a good co-parenting system. You know what I'm saying? It would be sometimes where she'll switch up the script. Like I switch weeks with her for whatever personal reason, which is cool, but I
But you
wouldn't
were
say.
still seeing them though. So
Yeah, I
like
was still
what
seeing.
stopped you from seeing them? What did you do or
I did.
didn't do that she didn't like once he
I
came to the
didn't. I
picture?
didn't. I swear I didn't do nothing. I probably for her on her end. I honestly a domestic or me going to jail for possession of marijuana, but nothing like a pedophile case. Nothing like me
Wait,
going.
domestic with like somebody else you were dealing with or something like
Right.
that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so because it's kind of sketchy, so just kind of get us to an incident. Say, hey, you called and you want to get the kids. Let us know how that played out once the dude was in the picture. Did he
He
say
just.
something or did like what went down?
Nah. He ain't say nothing. But whatever for whatever reason, she just shut it down. Like no, you can't get my kids for XYZ reason based off of what I said, the domestic or something. She'll
And
say
how did she know about that? Because that's you and somebody else
uh,
situation. Was
that's
it
what
like
I'm
the
saying.
new baby
The other
mamas or
one,
something?
the other one would follow suit with her and tell her what's going on and what happened and everything. It's
Okay,
perspective.
so you both started dating somebody else.
Right,
And the person you started dating, you had kids with, the second
right.
baby mama,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And she got into an alliance with her. Was it because the kids were siblings and they were like making their own plans so the kids could see each other? Or what part did you play in that you in the middle of them co-conspiring against you?
I mean, yeah. I think, yeah, she probably did reach out to her and say whatever. I'm not for sure. I don't know the true facts on that. But
Okay.
yes, because she would get my kids when I couldn't even get my kids.
what?
Yes.
All right, so take us to that. So
Man,
tell us
it was
that.
Second
one
baby
birth. It
mama,
was,
how many kids?
huh?
How many kids do you have with second baby mama?
3.
So how was she able to get your kids without you?
Man, hey,
And this, of
Power of a
course, this was
woman.
after you and the second baby mama broken up, right?
Yeah, so it was one birthday, 2021. Yeah, one birthday. I went over to her house. It was Callie or Cam's birthday. I forgot which one it was, but the twins was there, and she found out that I was there and stripped it from her too. So she got mad because I was there and I was a part of the birthday, and she didn't want me a part of the birthday or around them. Period. So she cut her out of that too.
So how long has it been since you seen your
The
twins?
twins, have the last time I seen them was probably maybe a year or two ago. They had rolled past where I cut hair, and she parked in the parking lot. They jumped out, and I went and seen them. But as far as me getting them in my possession and going to have fun or staying the night or anything, man, I can't even tell you.
So
I
why did she do that? Why did she let them come to a barbershop parking lot to see you?
she
What
she
was
was she was the one driving, and they probably wanted to see me. I don't know why she stopped. I thank God that she did, but I don't know. But
I'm
I got to
confused.
pay lawyer for my child support case. I paid like 1,500 for him, and I called and left messages and seeing what I can do about my visitation. So now I'm just gonna do it myself. I've been waiting for too long.
How old are your twins now? They 12,
12.
right?
Yeah,
So get us to the point where how do you know that they calling the other man daddy?
man.
Because that's
Shit.
crazy. You was in your kid's life for 8 years, and for them to be calling another man daddy, like
Right. Like, how do
Uh,
they just fall in line with something
cause
like
they,
that, knowing
cause
that they have a dad already?
okay. So it was shut. It was it was an event at the school one day, and I seen them. They came up to me, uh, and I asked them, did they want to come with me? And they was like, I gotta ask Daddy LeBradford. That's what they said. So
what?
that's what they call him, Daddy Bradford or LeBradford, whatever they call him. That's what they call him.
And how did that make you feel when they said that to you?
I mean, honestly, when they first got together, I tried to, break the ice, like, hey, because she tried to, like, low key stun on me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. I forgot how she tried to say, but I'm like, man, whole time, well, I'm glad you with him rather than any other dude. That's where I'm from, because any other dude, a street dude, would try to treat you bogus, do you bad, but you got a good dude. You feel me? And this good dude happened to be my cousin, so I'm I'm cool with it. You feel me? I ain't no.
Hold
Wait,
on, whoa,
what?
whoa, whoa,
Wait,
whoa,
wait, wait a
whoa,
second.
whoa, whoa, whoa. So she's messing with your cousin?
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
So, so all right. So you leaving out some key
Yeah,
details, man.
we got the
No, man,
math got
but
to
that's
start
that's
mathing.
but that's the personal part of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about the alienation, what that
I
do to
mean,
my
yeah, but
kids.
we still with the thing is your story, and you may want to, stray away from certain details, but when you telling it, it got to the math got to math. Because what you think people gonna say? You already know what they gonna call you. You already know. Not that you care, but when we are raising this awareness, we want to be clear cut. Like, and
Right,
so it's not to tell your business in a sense, but your story is your story, and
Yeah,
so this makes all the difference to know why you feel the way you feel. Because if somebody dated you and your kids grew up knowing that your kids were your kids, and now they're calling a family member daddy,
it's
that's
crazy.
not okay. That's part of parental alienation. So that's
yeah,
why we want to cover that. But okay, we don't have to spend too much time on it because it may be sensitive, right? But I'm just trying to figure out this cousin. How is this okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, how
yeah.
is he in alignment with
That
that?
and knowing that she's keeping your kids away.
Right.
Right. And I had an opportunity to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? And he just praised her. You know what I'm saying? Like she the best mom he ever encountered and dealt with, whatever, which is cool. She is a good mom, but whole time she holding the nigga. Yeah, I'm sorry, but she holding the
then
guy that,
then then that makes her not a good
She's
mom.
not a good mom
You
then.
don't
right,
withhold kids from their father for a
No reason.
reason that's not life threatening or for their
Yeah.
safety.
Yeah.
And
right,
so that no, we're not gonna say that. But if that's what he felt, what does it have to do with you still having a bond and relationship with your kids and him
right,
interfering with that and them confusing them by them calling him daddy when he's a cousin? That's
right.
not okay.
Yeah. So how's the family? Because I'm quite sure it had to be some drama within that situation.
None at all, man. None at all. My
Nobody
my
never
like my
stepped up and said anything on your behalf.
Nah, like I wanted my mom to say something, but she rather not be in it like that. I don't know how we cousins for real. Like his I know for a fact that we double cousins. Like my dad was related to one of his mom or dad, and my mom is related to the other. I don't know how, it's crazy, but we actually double cousins. So when I'm telling my mom, like, hey, I need you to go talk to whatever, you know, what I'm hearing is his dad is like supportive for it, but the mom, she don't like her at all. You know what I'm saying? My kid's mom. So if anybody was to say something, it'd be his mom or his auntie, from what I'm hearing. So
Do
it
they
ain't.
have kids together?
Yeah, they do. They got one.
So is it because they feel that you moved on and they probably think that it's about that for you versus really your kids? Is that what people are caught up on in your opinion? Do you think that they are thinking you're more focused on the fact that she's dealing with your cousin versus the fact that you've been alienated from your kids?
Nah, not at all. Cause not everybody know that we cousins.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
nah. I
who
think I
who do
think
you
more
think who
so.
you think is oh go ahead.
My bad. It'd probably be more so like you said though. I moved on and I'm making more kids and all this and all that. That's what the perspective to the
Right.
public
They'll
would be.
never see you as a victim. You know what I
No,
mean? Like
no.
we already know in this space, men are always the ones
Deadbeat.
that are in the wrong for whatever reason for most of the time. And so even if you want to cry out or have an opinion about the fact that you do want to be in your kid's life and you do and it's you being stopped, people just don't seem to sympathize with that for men as much as they do women. And so you have all these other kids and other women, so they automatically have judged you already. Like
Yeah,
that's what
by
it's
default.
about, I think.
Yeah,
So who
yeah,
do you
all
think
day
is the
long.
driving force behind you not being able to see your kids? Your cousin
The mama.
or the mama?
Oh yeah, the mom all day long.
But why do you say that? Because
Y'all have a
y'all,
good
yeah,
right, a good dynamic.
I'm gonna tell. Like I tell a lot of people, man. And y'all probably y'all. I mean, I ain't trying to judge y'all age or anything, but y'all probably know more than me just off of, what I'm saying, whatever. Uh, when people go through certain things, they kind of put that back into their life. So what she's doing is only what her mom did to her. She don't have the best relationship with her dad. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Her dad ain't seen the twins in probably longer than what I have. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a duplicate that she doing, and the same thing with the second one and the third. Certain things that they seen their mama do, they gonna do it too. They gonna think it's cool. Uh,
all right. So the big question, the number one question, as the viewers that's watching, they're gonna ask this because they're gonna ask why haven't you took them to court?
yeah,
Why like
that's what
why
I
you
said.
haven't fought?
Right, yeah, like I said, I paid 1,500 for a lawyer, and he ain't doing his job. So now, like I said earlier, I got off the phone and I got the paperwork that I need. I finally, because for so long I'm thinking I can call the child support office. Hey, like I ain't seeing my kids. I got caseworker. They only deal with the financial part. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm only
Yeah, that's
so
that's
true.
a
many.
waste of time
I'm,
calling them.
That's not their
yeah, but I'm
area.
Yeah, but I'm so many years into this child support stuff is really fairly new. I got on child support the first year was 2019. So it's taken me 5 years to know what I'm dealing. Cause at first I was only with, that one case. So that's when I paid the lawyer for that. Now I'm on another case for this my second year. So now I'm learning what I need to know. I ain't know all of this.
So which baby mama put you on child support for the second case?
The second one.
And what's going on with that? Are you able to
So
see those kids?
nah, because I got a girlfriend. She mad at that. She's dictating where they can go. Um, she don't want them to be around her. So it was one day I was supposed to pick them up from school. She figured that I was gonna come back to her house, and she beat me to get them from the school. I had child support court with her, and she told them that I was making $1,000 a week. I had missed court, so they went along with that. So I'm 33,000 behind
In
off
the
of one
rear.
year. Yeah, so I just got a modification almost a year ago. Got it down a little bit. I'm about to go back to court again to get another modification because it's still too high for me, I think.
Oh, it's
So
definitely
how
hard.
often are you seeing the kids, or are you not seeing them at all?
It's here and there. It's here and there. I just seen them. I just had them. This was supposed to be my weekend that just passed. I got them Friday, and she kept calling me as soon as I got them. Well, matter of fact, I was supposed to get them at like 5. I picked them up at 10:30 because she was putting rules on it, like make sure you treat Kaza with care, let her have her pacifier, make sure you do this, make sure they ain't there, and all this. I had to wait on laundry to get done, so I picked them up at 10 o'clock. Picked them up at 10 o'clock. By 11, by an hour later, I already had 50 missed calls. Bring my kids home if you can't answer the phone. This, that, and the third. She gonna threaten to call the police. So what I did was I called the police and got an incident number just for my case, as far as you know parenting time and all that. She can't.
So
But is this a verbal agreement between y'all two? Like this is just something that you came
I'm a,
up with?
not as far as what, like
The
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 weekend or
the
something.
time you get them and don't get them, like when you saying it's supposed to be my weekend, is this on a consistent basis? Because you saying you see them here and
No,
we
there.
gonna have an
no,
order.
it's just going based off of my parenting time with what's in the law of me being on child support. That
So
was
child support has given you, if child support is combined with parenting time, then
Then
that's a
you
custody
you
agreement.
have a custody
You
order.
right.
got,
Yeah, yeah. It
that's
ain't
your
a verbal
custodial
agreement.
rights.
Yeah.
Right, right.
So if she don't follow the order, she could get.
She can get held in contempt for
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
that's why I made that incident report, because if she call on my phone and I don't even get them as it is, something is wrong. So she
So
needs to be
she's not
accountable for
following the order.
no.
So you have to go back to court and
Right.
enforce that part of the order to get
Yeah,
her held
that's
in contempt so that she'll
yeah,
let you
that
get the kids.
yeah, that's the paperwork that I just downloaded on my phone today. I just
Okay, so
now
you got
knowing
to
where to go
fight.
to get that.
So is that the same circumstance as the first mother too? Does
Pretty,
Indiana have jurisdiction over the twins too?
yeah, yep,
So
yep.
you basically got custody orders for both kids if you're on child support. I mean, for both,
Right.
sets of kids if you're on
because
child
Yeah.
because
support.
because in the state of Texas they do that too as well. That's what we have to fight our case. So when somebody is initiate child support, it open up a custody case as well. It gives you an order for your parenting time.
Yeah.
So that looked like that's what you got. So you in a good position.
Right. All you got to do is enforce it. And I know you
Yeah.
saying you're doing that
And
now, but
and are you showing up though? Like, cause every time
every
it's time
time,
for
even
pickup,
though they denying
even
you.
though they deny it, you got to start showing up and document that.
Yeah.
Can't just go in there and just say you
Here
ain't.
and there. Like what you saying to us is not even hard. I mean, it's hard to follow. So when you go to enforce that order, even though you only need one time to prove that they didn't give them, but you want to have as much evidence as possible so that they
Right.
can know that this is a pattern and not something
Right.
that's a one time thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Um, you have
That's
other
why I
kids. You
took
said you
the.
had.
That's. Uh,
Go ahead.
I'm saying that's why I took the video. Like when I showed up to the school, I took the video of her going into the school, and that's why I keep text messages and all that. So yeah. You said did I have another child support case?
Yeah. How many more kids after
No.
that? I think you said you had 8 kids or something.
Yeah, yeah. The last three, I'm just gonna go joint custody. CPS got called on her today, so I'm
So
going
what's
straight for
going
joint
on with
custody.
this third mom and 3 kids? How
Right.
you even have like are any of your kids the same age? It's like were you double dating women? And it's
Yeah.
okay if that's your
No, yeah,
lifestyle,
no.
then that's what it
I'm gonna
was.
be 100 about mine. Like I said, I know where I played a hand into it. So yeah, I was going back and forth from the second one to the third.
Okay, and you got 3 babies with both of them apiece.
Yeah.
Oh, they definitely gonna call you a deadbeat. Just get ready for it. Just
I
get
I
ready
ain't
for it.
tripping. I ain't tripping at all.
So
I
what's
love my kids and I want to be in my kids' life. So whatever
And that's
anybody got to
fair.
say, I've already heard it already.
yeah? Of course they're gonna put that on you.
Yeah.
So what's going on with that situation? Like, come on, them the youngest out the bunch, right? So I don't
Right.
understand like why she's keeping them from you.
Because I'm not with her. Obviously, like that's really what it is. I feel like more so than anything with all of them. I did the first one wrong, so she got this vendetta with me. The second one, she definitely still trying to try her shot, get a shot. The third, she there. You know what I'm saying?
So
She
what
need my
kids are
help.
the same ages other than twins?
Uh, Cam is 10. My son is 8, and Callie is 7. So they right around the same age.
So they were pregnant at the same time. Baby mama 2 and 3.
She said 10 and 7.
Yeah,
I'm talking
no,
about
they were with the last ones. Malia and Kaza, they was
so,
pregnant at the same time. So about that, how that came about was the second baby mama, she wanted a boy so bad, and she heard that my third baby mama was pregnant, and I had left her, and I was double dipping, and she took it upon herself to get off birth control and got pregnant. So when I called her out for it, she said, "You knew I got off birth control." I don't know that. I don't know what you do when you go to the doctor, but it's my fault though. I take the full blame for every mistake, everything. But I will say this: when a woman don't want a child, they go get an abortion. When a man don't want one, we a deadbeat. So that's just the simple truth, I believe.
so the second I mean not the second, the third set of kids, do they have any interaction with your second set of kids?
They Will, he met Cam and Callie. I had them all. I had the twins. I had Cam and Callie. I had Will over at the spot that I had. We had fun. We playing in water and all that. Took them inside. Took a picture of all of them
How
playing
long
the
ago was
game.
that?
This was 2020,
Man, that was,
2021.
so you mean to tell me
They
it's been
ain't all been in the same room
since?
together since that one time.
Nope.
Man. So
So what you doing about this case, about the last baby mama?
Like I said, I'm trying to get joint custody. I'm not trying. I'm gonna attempt to.
She don't
CPS
have
got.
you on child support, obviously.
Nah, she don't. She don't.
You know you could initiate, and I know this may not be something you want to do because you're on child support with 2 other women, but they still your kids, right? It's the only way, the
Right.
easiest way possible for you to probably get custodial rights. If you put yourself on child support for the third set of kids, then you'll have custodial rights.
But he said CPS was just called on her.
So why wouldn't I go straight to joint custody?
Because you're gonna still have to pay
Yeah,
child support. You
it's
see what I'm saying? Don't remove that part of it. If you go for joint custody and you fight with her in custody court, she's still entitled to
at
child
the end
support.
of the day, you're gonna get joint unless it's a situation like the CPS. So tell us about that. Like you said, it was called on her today. Like what happened with that situation? Because this
It's
might be
because
your.
they ain't making it to school on time.
That's
That's
not.
it.
I
That's
don't
it.
know how
Oh,
big
okay,
a
yeah,
deal
But
it is to switch
yeah. I don't
custody.
know. Yeah, that's I don't know if
yeah,
that's a big issue, but
mental
it's
problems.
some neglect going there. But you might
It's
want to
mental
tap into
problems
that.
too, man. It's mental problems
Mental.
too. I ain't trying
First
to
of
put her
all,
business out there, but it's mental problems too. You know what I'm saying? But even if it don't go, I mean, I'd rather try.
diagnosed mental problems, like on paper mental problems, or is this just
No,
your
it ain't.
opinion?
It's just the stuff that she done said. It ain't
Yeah, that the
documented or
courts don't go
diagnosed.
off that.
Yeah.
Not to mention, you already stated that you have a history, a background with domestic. All that stuff can count against you in custody court. And so, like I said, the best route for you to take to get rights, because you don't have nothing on paper with these kids, and this is why she's able to do all these things. I mean, you could try the CPS route, but we know that that's not
No, I
something.
didn't
No,
say
no,
for him to
the
try. I never
school
told
called
him to
me.
do that.
Oh, the
I ain't
school.
called.
No, but I'm saying even with the school opening the case, you still have a right as like, what's the situation? Are you on birth
Yeah.
certificate? You still got to get legitimized. Like, what's
Yeah,
the
I am.
stance?
Yeah, I am.
All right, but you
But
still
I
got to
mean,
get
but
legitimized though. You still
yeah,
got to prove paternity. But what I'm saying with the CPS case, where are your kids at now?
uh,
They
they
in her
still with her.
custody. They ain't
That's
removed them. That's
that's
that's a them trying
But
to.
I was gonna say something. What if like you said it's stuff against me, but she got a case or two against me that she was on probation for too. Like she
Yeah,
came.
all of that'll be taken into account. But I'm just saying that it's harder when it's a battle. If you just
Right, yeah.
go in there and initiate something and do it, they're gonna do it, and then that'll give you rights. Now, if she want to raise questions of you not following the order or bringing these things back up for custody wise, then that's something different. But you're gonna send yourself through all this unnecessary drama when you just trying to gain your custodial rights. To put yourself on child support is the easiest way to do it.
if that's what you want to do. But if you want to go in there and fight it and spend your own money, or you want to represent yourself, we're not knocking that either.
Because we not attorneys, right? Right. This is all from personal experience. I would tell you, just like I would tell anybody else that I know, the best options that I think. We're not lawyers, so we don't give legal advice, but we do know the court system. We do know legally how it'll send you through all these different loops and hoops, and you still may not even get what you want at the end. And so you got to pick the best strategy.
So what's your end goal? Like what you want with all from go from the baby number one all the way to baby mama number one all the way to baby mama number three. What do you want to happen with your kids as far as custody?
Man, if it was up to me, I would have all my kids under one roof if I had the means to do so. But for realistically speaking, like, I just want my time. I just want my parental time, man. That's it. Like, I I like with the twins, I had it set up. Like I even asked her to bring clothes. I didn't need your clothes. I had my own clothes there for them. For anybody that would call me deadbeat versus the people that was actually there with me doing what I was doing, seeing how I was with my kids, they would never call me no deadbeat. I don't care how many kids I got. They all gonna feel the love that I'm bringing. I had a good, you know what I'm saying, childhood. So I didn't experience nothing neglecting or anything to the point where that's gonna bleed into my kids or anything. Um, I just want my parenting time, man, to answer the question. Uh,
So
Okay.
yeah, you gotta go enforce them orders. And you said earlier that you started the process, so kudos to you for that. And I mean, you do have leverage. You actually have leverage, which is a good thing. It's a good thing for you.
So where is your how do you deal with being alienated from your kids like daily? Like,
Right. I know your girlfriend. She probably sitting
You
next to
said
you. I think I heard her in the background. So is she your only
it's breaking
support?
up a little bit.
So we were saying your support
You said what?
system. We know you have a girlfriend, right? And she's with you. How's this happening for
Right.
you guys? Like, how's that to have 8 kids and be fighting for all of them?
I
yeah,
mean, it days is good. Some days is good. Some days is bad. That's you know. It was like she went there with me to court one day, and we down there had to. Sorry, we had to call the sheriff's, like, have her go one way and us go another way. So it can get there,
what
but
happened with
they,
that situation? Why did that have to happen?
man, we was just there. Like, she was just there with me. You know what I'm saying? Like you saying, for support, and she took it offensive. Like, I done did something wrong. But like I said, the
She
first, the
who? You
first,
mean like one of your
the,
baby
the
mamas tried to attack
yeah,
her or something?
the second baby mama, she got mad. But the only reason why I asked her to go was just for support. Like, my first baby mama took her boyfriend
But you don't
to
have to
court.
defend that. Like, if this is your
Yeah,
significant other and you're fighting a court case, she's very more welcome to be there with you. Like, you don't
Right.
owe anybody an explanation if you're not still dealing with them and they think that you owe them some
exactly.
type of loyalty. That's the part that's kind of confusing. Other than her being mad, what is the
Absolutely.
beef? What's the beef?
Right.
So mentally, how do you deal with that? Like, knowing that you can't see your kids, you haven't been able to see your kids. Like, how do you deal with that on a daily basis?
Like I was saying, man, some days is good, some days is bad, man. I sometimes I find myself in depression. Sometimes I think about it so hard. She'd be like, "What's wrong?" I'd be like, "Nothing." It's my mind be wondering. Sometimes, she got kids, so me doing stuff for her kids, doing things and playing around, and certain days I do get to thinking like, "Dang, I can't even have my kids around you." Like, it's tough. It's real
Yeah.
tough.
So
Like I said, between,
how do you deal with it though? Like, do you
hey,
like work
Indiana,
out
Indiana ain't supportive of what I do. I'm gonna say that to the least. It ain't legal here, but I definitely, that's probably the only way. I sometimes I talk to my mom about it. Sometimes I talk to my brother about it. Just talking to somebody do help a lot. But
Have you ever sought a professional? Because family members, they don't quite understand.
right,
They have to actually be in it and living it and experiencing it to even understand what you're going through. People just hear you, but you become a burden in a sense to other people who don't understand what you're going through. Because now it's like, here you go talking about this again. Here
that's a
you come.
fact.
This is that. So no, you need
we've
to
been
speak to
there.
somebody who's neutral in this, that understands, how to give you tools to work through whatever emotions that is causing you to have. But family is just, that's not, we like to tell people a lot. Now, if it's your true support system, they genuinely are being supportive, that's one thing. But if it's just to hear or be in the middle
Or
or
hit
try
some
to give,
drama.
right, or give some advice that's not serving you or the kids, because a lot of times they just think that they're being helpful by saying, well, do this,
Just go to
or
court.
be peaceful, or do what she wants, or you need to do that. It don't work like that. So you need to get you a neutral third party person, and again, possibly a professional. Therapy can help, with this, because if you never been through parental alienation, like most people, they don't even have a clue what it feels like. They don't have a clue.
Yeah.
So you need to speak to somebody who can, again, give you real tools to get through it, not just somebody that you blabbering off to and they not even, it's not resonating.
Yeah. So you mentioned earlier that your second baby mama got cut off by the first baby mama because she allowed you to see the kids. Did that blow up to like a crazy argument or something? Like what happened with that situation?
I didn't hear nothing about it, but I'm sure they had words. I'm sure she probably came up with something to make it sound good or something. But yeah, I wasn't informed on what they was talking about and how she even swindled to get that even in play.
Do y'all all live in like in the same area or
Yeah, like I said, it's a small town, so everything get around. Everybody know everybody business, all that.
so your kids is right there,
By each other.
right by you and by each other, and you mean to tell me you can't go see them? That's
Man,
crazy.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So do
Some
you?
of my kids live right in walking distance, and they don't even see each other.
Yeah, you definitely got to do something about that because
Yeah,
we know what happens when kids grow up not knowing that they related. They can end up being together, and that's something that people don't stress enough. And it happens. It's actually more common than people know. You don't want that
that's
for them.
crazy.
You don't want that for them.
Right,
So like so you said you got a your girlfriend, right?
right.
So what are some of the attacks that she experienced? Because I know if you dealing with this craziness, I know she didn't took a lot of those blows.
Yeah, she going through it right with me. I think I think somebody was doing something to her car. Yeah, I ain't gonna. Yes,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah,
I mean, allegedly, right? You
yeah,
trying to
allegedly,
trying
yeah.
to stay
Yeah, cause
aligned
I
with
ain't. Cause first off, I don't want to sound bitter. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to sound like I got a personal vendetta with them. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'm
But you do
wrong.
what
though.
you do, right? A lot of people say this, and let's be clear. And I don't care who watching this. Y'all want to come in the comments and say something slick. I'm gonna run my mouth because this is our platform. This is what we do, right? And so I gotta just chime in for a bit. I think a lot of people care about that more than what's important. It doesn't matter how you look to nobody when somebody is playing with your kids.
Right, right.
Like that's key. Now, yes, your actions can come off like so they can have something to say, but who's listening to them anyway? If anybody is withholding your kids and you trying to fight to get them, or you going through all this chaos, and on the other end they talk about you bitter. He still want me.
He's
He's
a
still doing this.
deadbeat.
He's a deadbeat. This is this. But all you doing is just trying to get your kids. Why even listen to that or care what other people think? Because the narrative is already out. They're gonna say that anyway. You have a lot of kids with multiple women. It is what it is, right? And so they all could believe you still want them. They all could believe whatever they want to believe, and they could attack your girlfriend and all this chaos. But who losing? Who's the ones that are really losing in this situation? And that's your children. Okay, you have to be an adult. You can't worry about what other people think. They're gonna call you bitter. They're gonna say that anyway. We bitter too. So welcome to the club. We bitter too, but we went and fought custody and got custody of those kids so they could be safe and raised properly.
Facts.
But we bitter.
I'm still a
He's still a
deadbeat to this
deadbeat, and he
day, and
got
I got
custody,
custody.
primary custody of the kids that you withhold for years. But we spent thousands and
That's
thousands of
crazy.
dollars.
And you know what? It's the
It's
mother
never
the
ending.
mother of my kids was something like your baby mamas. The thing about it is, man, they're gonna keep trying to fight so much. So as long as you keep doing what you're supposed to do as far as that order, they still gonna try to fight against it. And then now that you got leverage, you can put belt to ass. And then eventually they're gonna lose their kids because they too caught up on what you got going on and what you doing and what trying to control you that they focus is not on the kids. And that's where they all
Right.
go wrong.
Yeah, that's where it at. That's where exactly where it's at.
At the end of the day, people think this platform is about women bashing. We really don't we don't care about that part
The
of it.
gender, yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's
I didn't
just
see.
that just comes with the territory. We really care about what's happening with these kids and how they being mistreated and put in the middle of chaos for nothing. For nothing that's important. This is stupidity, right? When are people gonna grow up? You gotta grow up, and no matter what nobody think about you, because we already know this. We do this, even if you was one man with one child and sharing your story, they will still say we supporting you and you a deadbeat. That's just what it's gonna be. But your lifestyle and how you move, you made your choices. These kids here already. What you do in the future, that's up to you. But for the eight you gotta do what's right for them if you really serious. I would hope to think you didn't waste our time to get on here and troll with us. I think you really want your kids and you really miss them and you really want to be a part of their life. But that's what we gonna go with. Now everybody else can think whatever they want. But we do this. And so your kids deserve you and you deserve your kids. And that's all that matters. Nobody cares how many women you slept with. We don't care how many babies you made at the same time. It's irrelevant. They're here.
That's life.
They're here.
People live life.
So we got to do what we got to do to take care of them, right? And make sure that they okay. And that's your duty. That's your duty as their father. And that's what we care about. Nothing more.
Well, there was one question we forgot to ask at the beginning of the.
Shit, it sounds like we're going to have to ask it 3 times.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, come on. Who's the deadbeat?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to ask it 2 more times.
Who's the deadbeat in this situation?
When you look up the word, it say financially. That's what I literally had to look at that. I done paid money. They done paid money. Well, who's alienate the kid? Who is deadbeating? I would say them. I ain't never said no. I can't get them. No, they can't come over to my house. When it come to diapers, they was always brought at the door. You know what I'm saying? So when you asking that question, it gotta be them. I'm always available. But I'm not available if I'm at her house. I'm not available if the situation don't suit them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always available. It's a small town. I don't live too far. I'm able to come get all my kids right now.
But people would say, are you doing that? Are you showing up consistently? Are you there?
I don't even know where my twins live at, so I can't pull up to them. I got a domestic with the second one, so I don't even want to pull up to her crib. I might get riled up to enough,
Yeah,
I don't want to do that,
If you got a protective order, is that what you're saying? Is there a protective order in place?
It's a no contact order. It's a no contact order.
So you can't eat. How are you seeing the kids with a no contact order? How's that working out?
We can only talk about the kids and the kids only.
Like through text or something like that?
How are you getting them? Like, how's she supposed to let you pick them up if it's not her, a third party? Or how does that work?
It's me, but yeah, I mean, like I would go get them.
Usually with a no contact order, you can't have no contact, even if it's children involved. So, I mean, every state is different. So this is new news if that's how it's working out. Because usually if you can't contact somebody, you can't contact them. That means the kids is part of that.
Yeah, like we can only talk about the kids and the kids only. That's what they say in the courts.
But
that ain't
it. Man, that's so let me if you could say something to your kids right now.
I just said it to them. When I picked them up Friday, like I said, I had to wait till 10 o'clock for them to even come outside. So I pulled up. I was like, tell Cam to come outside. So my daughter Cam come outside. We talking for a little second. I'm like, what's going on? Why Callie ain't come outside? Why Kaza ain't come outside? She like, she thought that it was just me coming outside. So I'm like, all right, whatever. She's like, do you want me to go in the house and go get Callie and Kaza? I'm like, nah, I'm scared you go in, you're not gonna come out. So I'm explaining it to her like, we can just leave right now. We can just go. Do you want to get in the car with me and go? I'm gonna leave it up to you. She quiet. I'm like, that's you scared to answer because you know that you do want to get in the car, but if you do get in the car, your mom gonna be mad at you. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling her like when she get of age, she gonna understand what's going on. Who's really at fault? Why do you have a daddy issue? That's not because of daddy, that's because of mommy. So for my kids to know that I want to be in their life, and their mom, I had to go through their mom to get them. I want them to understand that part, because if it was up to me, I would see them way more often than I do. Um, that's pretty much it. I like I told my mom, I really want my kids to know the truth, not believe the lies that they mom been telling them all these years.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
And what you got to say, yo, cuz? Because I got something to say to him.
Hey,
Ain't no way
hey,
you can
look,
sit your ass over there and let this man got these kids and you ain't
hey,
stepping up as a man to say nothing.
man,
I
that's what I'm.
can't respect that. Cause what's gonna happen when y'all not together? What you think gonna happen to your
They
kids?
and they not together. They not together right now.
Oh my God.
Can't say we surprised about that. All I need to tell you is go enforce them orders. If you
Yeah,
serious about wanting to see with your kids and be with them, go enforce them orders.
yeah,
And with that third baby mama, get something in place immediately. You are
yeah.
wasting time.
Time,
Time is
time,
being wasted.
yeah.
They
And
only get older, you know, and
and
the
make
lies and all this stuff is just being more and more pushed into their little heads. So it's gonna be harder for you to combat that the longer that it goes on without you being able to be around.
and make sure you follow that order to the T. Like if you know she's not gonna be there, still show up, record,
Document,
document everything.
find out, you know, what works. Because just because you got all this evidence, that don't mean it's gonna be heard in court. All these texts, all this videos. You have to know exactly what's gonna work based on case law, the state's laws that
Yeah,
is gonna win that for you, right? Not
Mhm.
all that trying to paint pictures of he
Right,
said, she a bad mama.
yeah, nah,
What's going on with the kids? The courts care about your children. They care about how this is
right.
affecting your
yeah.
kids. So as long as you can prove that part, you're in a good space. But to just talk about them and what they doing wrong, that's the courts don't want to hear that.
Leave that to them, because that's what they gonna do. They just gonna talk about everything you doing wrong, and everything you talk about how it relates to the kids. If you stick to that, you'll have a good shot of getting whatever you want.
We here for you. You know, if you got any questions, you can always reach out. Keep us posted with what's going on. We want to know. We always want to know and follow our people to see if they made it to get into where they need to be with their kids. We
Sure,
really care about this. This is really real for us. This is not for likes and views. Like, this is a real thing. We live it every single day. We got to go
Mhm.
file enforcement. Yeah. So, and we got custody. So, yeah, it's real.
it
It's
don't
real
stop.
out here. It don't stop. So,
Yeah,
thank you for joining us. Thank you for being transparent. This is a safe space for you and any other parent that's dealing with alienation. We don't care what people think, right? We care about the kids. And I just want to say that. And yeah, that's all I have.
I got one more question before we get out of here. Is your girlfriend still around?
Yeah,
She
she
in the
right here.
room with 'em.
Okay, I want to know, have your perception changed after seeing it from another end? Have your view of this changed of what the things that men go through as far as being alienated? Because I
Yeah,
know, okay, and how like what changed for you? Because I know like growing up, women have a whole different perception of a man's point of view. So what's changed for you?
I don't think he's a bad dad. I see him interact with my kids. He plays with them. He teaches them. He wants to be the dad that he can be. So he's not no deadbeat.
What's a
And
deadbeat to you?
somebody who don't care about their kids, that's not trying. I have a deadbeat baby dad. He don't call. He don't care about school. He don't, we don't know his phone number. We don't ask him for nothing. We don't even, if we see him at Walmart, we not even gonna say hey to him or nothing. He's a stranger. That's a deadbeat. So it definitely
And
makes
you
me
didn't
see.
alienate your kids, right?
Excuse me.
You didn't alienate your kids from him, right?
Oh
The
no, nope,
Okay. No, you know we got to ask. We got to keep it a buck,
nope.
right?
I'm not one of them. Because if I let my son still go with that family, if you want to go with them and still be with them, I'm gonna let him go because I gotta let him see for his, you know, like if they treat you wrong or whatever, that's how you see it. It ain't me.
But
So
those is
I let him
people.
go.
That's they people. Like you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like it's one thing for a father to not be active, but it's a whole family. It ain't just that dad. They have a whole history of the grandmothers, the cousins, the aunts, you know.
Exactly.
So that's they side of their family. It's part of who they are. You can't, you know,
Mhm.
you can't stop that.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep.
Mm.
That family kind of reaches out and they do for him, you know, sometime here and there, but the dad don't. The dad don't have nothing to do with him, so he kind of gets mad when his family is doing for my son because he don't do nothing. So he's that's what a deadbeat is. My boyfriend ain't no deadbeat.
I hear that.
How you dealing with this stuff, with this drama like that? You up against quite a few. I only got one crazy over here, but you got three. So how is that working out?
It's like three, but I really only have I don't have to deal with none of them, but it's just that second one that is the worst
She
one.
keep popping up, man. Man.
That
Cause she
second one that she does little stuff like to my car and she calls nonstop. Like,
what?
yeah, I the other two
Well,
is
I'm here to
irrelevant.
tell you if you need some tips and some tools, reach out. I got you. I got you.
Okay,
For
okay.
sure. For sure. So if you can pinpoint it to one or two things, like what do you think women biggest mistake is when it comes to co-parenting with they father? Like being that you on both ends of the spectrum. You got a deadbeat, you got a man that you see that's suffering. So what you if you have to tell a woman something and give her some advice, what would that be as far as letting the father see the kid?
If that father wants to see his kids, let him see his kids. There's no reason why you should be upset about him moving on with another girlfriend. That's irrelevant to the kids. That doesn't have nothing to do with him being a dad to this child. So if he want to be there, then you need to let him be there.
I hear that. Well, all right. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all. And again, we here for any, questions, concerns. We try to keep up with our people. So just keep that in mind. For everybody that's viewing, thank you. Y'all like, share, subscribe. We trying to reach 10,000 subs. So
Yeah.
tell somebody that knows somebody.
And give Will a break, man. I know you be on his ass. I know how it go. It get rough when you dealing with this, man. But y'all, if y'all together and y'all want to be together, y'all just got to stick together through it all because they be throwing them monkey wrenches in and
Yeah.
it'll have you
They
questioning
want
each
to
other.
see y'all fail. And
He
so if
tries
it's
real
true,
hard, and
yeah.
yeah, I'm not. I got this. I'm
I
strong.
hear that.
I ain't. She. Yeah.
Oh, okay, as long as
Don't
you got that, you good
don't
then.
don't you better stick by your man, your man, your man. He a good man.
Period.
Okay?
Yep.
All right,
All
y'all,
right.
we appreciate y'all.
Thank you
Appreciate y'all.
so much. Will, you got something to say?
Nah, man, I just appreciate y'all letting me get on y'all platform and talk my stuff, man. I'ma definitely keep y'all uh in the loop on how this
Okay.
custody battle gonna go. All of them.
Please do, because we
Yeah,
really, really want to know. Like,
Yeah,
yeah. You got a lot on your plate, man.
you
yeah,
family now, so we got to check up. We got to know what's going on, and we talk about A babies.
yeah.
Yeah,
And they all love daddy, and
Hey,
they all
I
love
said
daddy.
now, look at me giving him another baby, but you do got nine for it, but okay,
I do got 9.
yeah, for sure,
yeah,
for sure. But thank you so much.
All right, man.
yeah. All right,
Thank
All
man.
y'all.
Be
right, thank
safe,
you.
man.
All right, man.